Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here for WhatCulture.com with another episode of the most insane things happening in wrestling this week. The show that does exactly what it says on the tin in the most annoying way possible. You're welcome. Now, as per usual, we've got a vast sea of content to swim through, so let's get on and hit that jingle. Now, if there's one thing the WWE struggles to do besides get people to accept Roman Reigns as the main event in every f***ing pay-per-view, yes, we know he's also been announced for Extreme Rules as well, it's also long-term storytelling. Case in point, The Miz and Daniel Bryan. I mean, both men actually alluded to one of the hottest feuds going back last year, and then it bubbled, it simmered, it went cold, it got thrown out, it got pissed on by a tramp. And then Daniel Bryan came back to wrestling, and nothing f***ing happened about it. I mean, from last week we learned that Vince struggles to remember who's winning which feud each and every week, but come on, man, at least he could have paid attention to this one. And unfortunately, it just doesn't look like we're going to get it happening. Outside of a Newcastle house show, which was actually pretty goddamn awesome, if I'm being honest. And if you want full proof that Daniel Bryan is fully aware of this, then look no further than his interview that he did on the Gorilla Position podcast, in which he said, when they asked him if he thought that the Miz versus him feud was ever going to go ahead, he said, "You asked me that question, I will answer it with a question." Oh, sneaky, Daniel there. "Do you trust the WWE with telling that story from now until WrestleMania 35? Ha 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 ha! Exclamation mark. What in the last several years has shown you to think that something like that is possible here?" He is literally laughing in the face of his employer with a middle finger as a caveat. He's fully aware of his situation, the fact that they've moved him from shitty low mid-card feud to terrible feud to whatever his tag division championship run is going to be like, because that's inevitable, really, isn't it? Well, actually, no, would actually mean that they have to give him a win. So maybe it's actually not as dead cert as you think it might be. Either way, he is fully aware of the fact that he's just been basically wasted since he's been back because he knows his contract is up in September and he's just coasting until then. And for that, I have to respect his attitude because at the end of the day, he gives zero f***s. It's just a shame that it's not going to be the WWE that's going to benefit from what is still to be potentially years of great wrestling from the man. Oh me, oh my, what's that in the sky? Oh, it's Anthony Gaines, the wrestler who is just being launched out of the ring by Ace Romero and is now landing with more of a bump than children's storybook character Mr. Bump after falling down some stairs after taking a hit of cocaine. It was f***ing brilliant. Basically, Ace Romero launched him into oblivion to join the likes of Andrade Cien Almas. Seriously, where the f*** is he? He's not been on TV for ages. Anyway, not the point. The reason that he received this Roman Reigns-sized push out of the ring was thanks to their Empire Interstate title match, and it just basically elevated this match from being pretty okay to the stuff of replay legends. Luckily, Gaines wasn't hurt thanks to the fact that he broke his fall with a cameraman. But either way, this was a brilliant spot. You have to commend moments like this because they write themselves. It's a nice entry on this show because it's short, sweet, top marks for insanity. I ain't seen nothing like that for a while. Good stuff. And now welcome to the Philosophical Corner.
When is a 4 a 5?
Phil, again, every single week, I feel weakened by your intellect. Thank you so much for your time. And the answer is when Stephanie McMahon says that she's part of the 4 Horsewomen. Right, now f*** off.
It's my birthday.
Oh, is it? Is it actually your birthday?
Yeah.
That's why I got you a hat.
Thanks.
And a pie popper. Here you go.
Yay! Birthday!
And also all that cake and over there. Got you! Get this on camera. Barely get to see this. A nice guy, Jules, for once. No, don't run away. Don't run away. I got you this. This vanilla sponge that has
With little Lego people.
and a boat-themed one because I couldn't find anything that's pirate-themed.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday. Yes, you know the drill by now. The billion-dollar princess Stephanie McMahon is being a fucking billion-dollar pain in my Legionnaire's arsehole, because once more she's taking credit for the women's revolution. A thing that she was a catalyst for, but only in the sense of public backlash and basically shame. Yet somehow, like a viper that even Randy Orton would give a wide berth, she's managed to snake her way through Mattel and managed to get herself added to a line of new dolls that's coming out, or action figures if you want to call them that. And she's managed to add herself to the line of the 4 horsewomen, ... and Stephanie McMahon. It's outrageous that she thinks that she is literally putting herself on the same shelf as these women who've done all the fucking legwork, and she just sat back there and raked in the cash. I mean, yeah, she had one passable match this year, but that's not enough to be on the same league as these people. It's almost like your brother saying that he's the same as fucking Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. There is no way to describe her other than just being a massive mark for herself. Here's hoping that her doll at least has the catchphrases that she is so famous for, like, "You're an absolute disgrace," or "Philanthropy is the future of marketing." I never thought I'd be this unhappy and annoyed wearing a fucking party hat. Have you ever looked at some of the stuff that the WWE tries to put on its TV segments and thought to yourself, that seems a little bit cruel? For an example, think back to SummerSlam last year when Enzo Amore was hoisted up in a shark cage and basically was only done so because of the fact that he admitted to people that he was deathly afraid to heights. Seems quite mean, doesn't it? Quite cruel, and probably would actually explain why since that point he's only ever aimed for low-hanging fruit. But again, it seemed to rear its ugly head in the sort of weird feud that's going on between Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman when Owens was put into a porta potty and then booted off the stage. Seems awfully reminiscent of what happened with Big Cass now, doesn't it? For those of you not in the know, Big Cass was allegedly locked into a toilet and that triggered his claustrophobia, so he kicked it open on the way out. And all the people involved in that denied that it was ever locked, but they did this almost to prey on the fact that Big Cass had claustrophobia. And there's no reason why they would have put Kevin Owens into a porta potty. Of all of the things they could have done, the fact that you had a person booted off stage, covered in shit, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much between the lines there, but still, that did seem like a cruel jab at him. And it also highlighted something else that's going on that's a little bit weird with Kevin Owens, aka there's nothing going on with Kevin Owens. He seems completely wasted in this feud, right? I mean, it's utterly ridiculous that you've got a man who is this good at wrestling, this good at mic work, this good on Twitter when he unblocks it at Shania Twain concerts. Like, you've got a guy who is fantastic in the ring, and yet you're putting him into a feud in which he never wins anything? That he's a cowardly heel who's just effectively getting bullied by Braun Strowman, and yet he's still meant to be the bad guy? I'm not sure here if the lines are being blurred between being boisterous and bullying, but I feel quite sorry for him, to be honest. I mean, the match that's going on at the moment, the feud, is about as one-sided as Takahashi versus some stairs or Zach Gowen versus Brock Lesnar. Come on, I'm not being that mean-spirited. Come on, guys. And yet we're meant to be booing Owens? I'm sorry, but I ain't gonna boo a man who is this damn good. And then afterwards, the WWE weirdly promoted this segment online as being insane. F off, I will tell you what is and is not insane, thank you kindly. This wasn't insane, this was f***ing slapstick. Now, for those of you who don't follow football/soccer, VAR, or Virtual Assistant Referee, is inexplicably, beautifully making its debut on one of the grandest stages of them all that isn't the WWE, the World Cup. And it's been quite brilliant, because basically what it is that if there's ever sort of any doubt as to whether something was a foul or not, they can basically just go, stop the game, right, we're going to watch it back, get somebody in my earpiece, and then choose, with the irrefutable evidence in front of them, whether to listen to them or not. It has created drama on many a scale. It's been a beautiful World Cup. It's coming home. Hashtag England are going to lose their next match because I've said that. But still, it's also made its debut, kind of, in the wrestling world, thanks to the wrestling promotion DDT. Now, DDT is a promotion that we just do not deserve because it is the cheekiest of whippets. And they used this because they were going for a football-themed wrestling match, a tag team match. And what they did was one of the guys basically went for a hoof in the plums, bit of a dirty boy, bit of a naughty man, and then basically the ref stopped the match, went back, stroked his chin, watched the footage again and was like, "You took a free kick? Well, I'm going to give a free kick against you." And then he did a snapmare on him, put him down in the middle of the ring, and then got the other team member to come up and just boot him right in the chest. It was delicious. But the best thing is it was quite a big jab at other wrestling promotions. I mean, imagine if we actually had this tech in the WWE, in New Japan, and beyond. You could actually have heels that have to be clever about how they cheat, and have moments where you could overturn a victory by said cheater and create really good dramatic storytelling. Yeah, that's not what we do, is it? We learn to treat people like idiots. So what we have is this insane thing where basically DDT, a joke promotion, lest not we forget, is actually leading the curve for once. So you know what that means. DDT, a joke promotion, leading the curve for once. Are you having a... Oh, bloody, I've got to put the hat... Oh, I've got to take my other hat off, haven't I? Oh, bear with me. Keep the intensity levels up, kids. Come on, here we go. Oh, God, my f***ing hat's gone as well. Oh, drop my other... Oh, God, the mic's come off. Just... Are you having a giraffe? Pete! What the bloody hell's this? Pete! Are you all right? I can see they're enjoying the birthday out there. Pete! What are you doing?
Don't have a whistle.
God,
I'm challenging the having a giraffe. We've got to check the VAR.
Why? That was legit.
Got to check.
Oh, fine. Go on then. Right, I'll be right back. That's embarrassing, this.
Good. You're having a giraffe. Are you having a giraffe?
This is pretty good. Wow, yeah. Happy birthday, man.
And there we have it. Those are the most insane things happening in wrestling this week. Now to close out the show the only way I know how, by reading my favourite comments from last week's episode. And the first one is from Baltej Pal, who says, "I had an argument with my professor and he told me to get out. And I yelled, 'Are you having a giraffe, mate?' And that is when I found out that the girl next to me watches wrestling too. Hello, hello, Baltej Pal. Check you out, you saucy little monkey. Did you slip a one between the ropes? Did you give her a quick 3-pin? No, it's good to see love blossoming in this field of absolute chaos. I'm glad that I could bring you two together. I'll officiate your wedding. Send me a message later on. Also, Brock Lesnar says, "Will I ever get mentioned at the end of one of these? Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z." Well, looks like your saga, that's what Dragon Ball Z deals, sagas? Yeah, looks like your saga is complete. As always, massive thank you to Phil Chambers, whose birthday it is today, and Michael Sidgwick for their continued work on this show, as well to you at home for watching. Thank you so much. You make it a joy each and every week. But before you go, maybe you'd like to check out some other stuff I've been working on, maybe something on the gaming channel, which is 10 video games that kill you within the first 10 seconds. Or maybe you'd like to swing over to That Film Theory and check out how the predator kills its prey and the significance of each. Sounds like tasty stuff. As always, I've been Jules, you've been awesome, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!